Hello and welcome to another edition of Bombchu News. My name is Chris and I'll be covering the news that I found interesting today. Niantic has released their first teaser for Generation 4 Pokémon in Pokémon GO. Niantic released an image in celebration of the game's second anniversary, and as well as showing all the changes brought to the game in the past year, Generation 4 starter Pokémon Turtwig, Chimchar, and Piplup can be seen as well. Niantic is currently in the process of releasing more Alolan Pokémon as well as the legendary Pokémon Celebi during the remaining summer months, so it seems like we might be getting Gen 4 added during this fall. This would line up with previous additions to the game, with Generation 3 being added to the game around Halloween time of last year. If you haven't played the game recently, Pokémon GO has actually had a lot of quality updates to it over the past 2 years, making it a much deeper and overall better game than when it first launched in 2016. With all the new additions coming to the game this year, now seems like a great time to get back into the world of Pokémon GO. Destiny 2 is getting a new competitive PvP mode as part of the upcoming Forsaken DLC. The new mode is called Breakthrough, and it seems like an interesting change of pace from Destiny's current Crucible offerings. The new mode is unique in that it will have multiple phases to it. In the first phase, 2 teams will fight to capture a single point, called the Breaker. Once the Breaker has been captured, phase 2 will begin. A new point on the map, called the Vault, becomes the objective. The team that won the first phase has to try and take this new point, while the team that lost tries to defend it, with a successful capture or defense awarding the team a point. It sounds a lot like Overwatch's Assault mode, but with both teams being placed on attack for the first round. Breakthrough sounds like it could be a lot of fun, and while I do enjoy the Crucible from time to time, it gets old playing the same few match types over and over, especially when you're playing competitive. Hopefully this new mode can bring a nice breath of fresh air to the occasionally stale Crucible. Splatoon 2's leaderboards have been hacked as a protest against hackers and cheaters. Splatoon 2's competitive rankings top out at Rank X, with the top 500 Rank X players being shown on Splatoon 2's leaderboards. Questions around cheaters and hackers have always surrounded some of these top players, especially given how rampant cheating was in the first Splatoon. And with so many anecdotal stories and secondhand encounters with them in Splatoon 2, fans of the game are begging for some kind of answer to the problem. One such fan decided to shine a spotlight on the problem, hacking the X rank of 4 different accounts so that the top of the leaderboards read out as "Please add anti-cheat." A Reddit user with the same name posted to the Splatoon 2 subreddit, offering an explanation. The user stated his love for the game and the experience that competitive play offered, but that the fun would not last as long as cheating is still rampant. He goes on to state, quote, "At first, I was relieved that the Switch had a decently strong security system. Perhaps that's what the development team thought as well. Yet it doesn't justify removing all the security measures from the first game, and leave the game and its players completely defenseless to ill-purposed griefers who mod their game to victory. I figured that someone needs to deliver a message to Nintendo, and a loud one. Nintendo, you're welcome to ban my console anytime. My purpose was to call attention to the current issues that plague the game, and I've done that. But my message is, please make protecting your players the top priority. Please add anti-cheat." End quote. The move is a dramatic one, but hopefully one that will have some impact. Competitive multiplayer games can live or die based on how they handle cheaters, and, at least in the eyes of the Splatoon community, Nintendo isn't doing a good enough job of combating cheaters. Hopefully, this incident shines a bright enough spotlight on the issue so Nintendo is forced to at least address the ongoing cheater problem. Fortnite's Season 5 update went live yesterday, and brought with it a slew of new content and changes. Fortnite has been building up to this season for a while now, starting with the rocket launch a few weeks ago that fractured the sky and caused rifts to start appearing across the map. These rifts started pulling objects out of the game, including the burger statue from Greasy Grove and the Tomato Town mascot. This resulted in some interesting ARG-style cross-promotion, where the aforementioned burger statue was found out in the real-world California desert. This all culminated in the launch of Season 5, subtitled Worlds Collide. New to the game are rifts, which players can run into, causing them to be transported high into the sky. Also added in the update is Fortnite's first real vehicle, a golf cart. Players can get a speed boost while drifting and even use the top of the cart as a bounce pad. Finally, 2 new areas have been added to the map. Lazy Links is a golf court that replaces Anarchy Acres, and a desert resort area called Paradise Palms has replaced the Moisty Mire. The update even adds motion control support for the Switch version. With all the new changes to the different aspects of Fortnite, make sure you read up on all the new additions and tweaks before jumping back into the action. Well, that's all the news that I found interesting today. Let me know what you thought about it down in the comments below, and we'll see you next time.